Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to our course for week 2. And this week we're again going through the summary slides and understanding all about where we are. So let's look at again where we are in the course and the roadmap. And you can see we're still understanding how we make marketing value decisions and therefore how we create value with and for the customer. Okay, so week 2 topics. This week is an important week in terms of planning and understanding all about planning and strategy. So we'll be going through business planning this week and understanding what business planning means and what it entails. We'll also be looking at the 3 levels of business planning which businesses will go through. We look at the functional level. So the functional level is the function of what we carry out at a more coal-face level or customer contact level. It is very much the application of the theory into practice. In this case, we'll be looking at the marketing function, of course, but there are other functions of business like accounting and management and HR, which are also important to consider. But this week, we'll just be looking at marketing. Okay, so operational is the next level up, and this is the mid-step between functional and strategic. And operational is more an operational context of, can we put this into practice? Will this work in practice? What are the advantages and disadvantages of applying this into a practical situation? Can we think all the way through about this matter? And the last part of planning at a business level is strategic, or some people call it the executive level because it is carried out by the executives of the firm. So we'll be looking at the strategic way companies might think about their strategy, where they're going, where they're headed. So you might have read books, for example, the Blue Ocean strategy, which talk about this higher level strategy and how to think about your business and your brand in that context. So we'll look at that this week as well. Tied into the last part of planning, strategic planning, is mission statements becoming more and more important for companies. Some people call them vision statements or value statements. So it depends upon your perspective with a company. And the final concepts we'll look at this week relate to setting objectives for a company. You might have heard about the SMART objectives. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and a time frame. And an example of one of those objectives in practice might be to increase brand awareness with target market A by 10% by the end of 2015. And we meet all the key criteria of being specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and within a time frame. So it's important that any objective you set in marketing can be measured against those criteria. Okay, so we'll also look at business and portfolio analysis just very, very briefly and basically. And we'll look at the 2 big ones we might come across in marketing, the BCG, so Boston Consulting Group, and we look at the Ansoff one as well. So just to give a bit of mix and understanding to the different ways we can do business and portfolio analysis, and particularly using these matrix approaches, which some people tend to like in a management consulting perspective. Finally, for this week, we'll look at the environmental analysis perspective of doing planning, both internal and external. So internal means some of the internal factors which can influence how we carry out marketing, such as the vision and values and culture of a company and a brand. And then we look at all the external factors. So things like economic, competitors, technology, legal, and social-cultural factors are just some of the myriad of external environmental factors which can influence how we carry out our marketing activities. And marketing plans are looked at in the context of this week's theory. So we'll look at some of the ways you can develop objectives for a marketing plan, the strategies you can develop, and monitoring and controlling your activities. Okay, well that'll conclude this week, and hopefully you'll enjoy going through the material. Any questions at all, please contact me. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.